Hello, this is what it's all about, and in this video we're looking at resizing the pin and collar bracelet, particularly on a Seiko Sumo, but it also Seiko use the pin and collar system a number of times on a various amount of their watches. For instance, it's also on the Seiko Monster. If we follow this guide, we can basically use this technique on any of their pin and collar link pin systems. So let's have a look at the links in question. Well, first of all, so here's my new acquisition, a Seiko Sumo, and you can see I need to take at least one pin out, one link out, sorry. So if we have a look here, we'll be able to see on this side we have the central pin, and then you can see also a very slight collar around it, and then the other side is just a solid pin head. Okay, so what we need to do is, first of all, we need to extract the pin from the collar end. So I've got my little pin removal device with a very thin piece, because that needs to go through the collar and just push through the actual pin itself. So there we go, as you can see I've managed to push that out. So just be careful here as well, and as you can see the collar has just literally fallen out. So the collar itself is absolutely tiny, so be very careful you don't lose this. As you can see, and then this is the pin. So basically what happens is one end of the pin, one end of the link has this fat bit, the other end of the link pushes into that collar, like so. Okay, so that's one link out. Let me take the next pin out. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same. I haven't done this for a very long time, by the way. I last did it with my Seiko Monster. That was about 3 years ago. So this is, as good as a new experience to me as it no doubt will be for you. So I'll take the end of the pin out, and then end of the collar is there. Okay, so now we have 2 pins and 2 collars. Now I need to reattach this link. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to first of all put the collar in. This is a fiddly bit, and this is a bit where you will likely to drop your pins a lot. Shove that in there. Shove the pin in the other end. Okay, so naturally that will start pushing against the collar. So what I tend to do is get a pen and just push it in, just to give it a little bit of initial, a bit of an initial push. So now you can see I've just pushed them together by hand. So we have our collar there. Now what we need to do is we need to properly push in the pin and collar together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this to a fatter one, if I can take this out. Oh, poo. Okay, well I can't do that, so that's, there we go. So I've got a fatter one here. So now if I just put that in like so. So what I can now do is I can, actually no, what I'll do is I don't need that. So I'll use the pen again, and I will basically do this by hand. So there's my pin just there. So if I use my pen to push against this side to keep it in place, and then I push in the other side by hand with this. There we go. Could even use one of these, a spare one of these if you have one. A little bit fiddly, but it should theoretically push in quite nice and easily. There we go. Okay, I felt it move then. And that is literally it. So now my pin is in. If we have a look, we can see all of these pins nice and pushed in on both sides. There we go. So now let me try it on. And what do you know? Fits much better. Perfect. So the Seiko Sumo, this is a new watch that I've just got. I bought it secondhand actually, to be completely honest. So I'll be doing a review of this very shortly, so keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, that's how you resize a Seiko pin and collar system. It's only taken me 5 minutes to do that, so that's nice and straightforward. Tools required: a pen, one of these actual link removal tools, and a pair of pliers as well, just in case. I do have a couple of spares that prepared just in case I needed them, but turns out I didn't. Okay, so there we go. That's what it's all about.